Hello and good evening, our beloved viewers. It's 9 p.m. You are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Today's headlines are: the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity takes part in the work of the 41 session of the Council of Arab Ministers. And on the international scene, contamination record in Europe, Omicron is progressing. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The 41 session of the Council of Arab Minister of Social Affairs in Riyadh yesterday. The Minister of Human Resources and Social Development, Mr. Ahmed bin Salman Al Raji, shared the 41 session at the Council of Arab Ministers of Social Affairs. The Conference of the Minister of Development and Social Affairs and the Arab Minister Council concerned with the social sector, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, and the diplomatic corps represent our countries. This session, which witnessed the attendance of about 20 Arab ministers of social affairs, discussed the difference affected of coronavirus pandemic and the path of recovery from this crisis, which result is in economic and the social problems that negatively affected the condition of the population, especially the most needy groups, stressing the need to strengthen cooperation and coordination among Arab countries, the advance of effort aiming the overcome of repercussion of this epidemic. The course also addressed Arab effort to implement the social dimension of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, in addition to reviewing Arab national plans and strategies policy to eradicate multidimensional poverty and reviewing Arab efforts and initiative in the file of containing the pandemic and its social and humanitarian repercussion. On the occasion, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa, expressed her thanks and gratitude to the leadership, government, and people of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the warm reception and for the good organization of the 41 session of Arab Minister. She noted that the humanitarian crisis and the challenges that result from the pandemic have led to the economic and social condition in some Arab countries, including the Republic of Djibouti, also led to the increasing number of migrants and refugees from neighboring countries. And note to mention the drought caused by climate change and the negative repercussion on the population. The new ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Ethiopia, Mr. Abdi Mohammed, present the executive secretary of the United Nations African Economic Commission. His capacity as our country's permanent representative to the Commission. During this meeting, Ambassador Abdi Mohammed commended the distinguished Djiboutian cooperation that exists with the organs of the African Union, including the Economic Commission, and stressed his commitment to continue Djiboutian interaction in African countries in a member that benefit the countries of and the people of the African continent. During the meeting, the most important issues of concern were addressed about the African priorities. The chairman of the Port and Free Zones Authority, Mr. Abubakar Umar Hadi, received yesterday, Thursday, in the industrial zone located in the Merjok district. The chairman of the board of director of the sovereign fund in Djibouti, Mr. Mohamed Saki, who was accompanied by the new director general of the Djibouti Sovereign Fund and the Director General of the Fund of Djibouti Sovereign. This visit comes within the framework of the meeting with the new Director General to hold talks on several strategies point. The delegation visit the industrial zones located in the Merjog and the facilities affiliated to this area. In the context of improving the living condition of people with special need, the National Agency for Persons with Disabilities, in cooperation with the Italian military base stationed in Djibouti, organized a ceremony to receive a gift consisting of equipment for people with special needs. This donation consists of health equipment intended for people such as white sticks and glasses, in addition to other important medical equipment. This initiative falls within the framework of the enhancing the living condition of people with special need. After that, the Director General of the National Agency for People with Special Need, Mr. Douali Said, and the Italian base station in Djibouti conclude a partnership agreement to enhance the existing cooperation between the two institutions. This agreement also highlighted the continuing support of the Italian military base station in Djibouti to provide for the benefit of a person with a special need. This day witnessed the participation of many important figures from both parties. The Secretary of State for Sport and have launched an event dedicated to the distribution of high quality bicycles from the benefit of Djibouti Cycling Federation in the multi-purpose hall at Hassan Guledi Stadium. This bike of latest generation were handed over to the acting president of the National Cycling Federation, Mr. Abubakar Ahmed Musa, and cyclists from various clubs. This occasion witnessed the participation of the Secretary General of the Cycling Federation, Ms. Khadija Ibrahim. As part of the civilians activities carried out by the army forces stationed in the Tajora area, the battalion stationed in this area in cooperation with the people of Galila district and nearby districts repaired the road linking Tajora to this district as it has been inaccessible since the recent rains in this sector. These initiatives, which was supervised by the head of Army Forces Battalion in Tajora, Colonel Shahim Daoud, aims to improve the living condition of the residents of this area. The High Command praised this commendable and work carried out by the Army Forces Station in Tajora region. In the context of promoting good governance in Tajora region, the local elected official present to the Regional Council of Tajora region outcome their activities carried out in the past period, which extended up to 2022 in the Tajora region. During a meeting held at the headquarters of the Regional Council of Tajura, they presented a report. They present a report on the implement project that are under implementation and the project that are seeking funding for their implementation. The financial report as well as future project were presented transparently. This meeting took place in the presence of the Deputy Governor, Mr. Habib, and the locals of the region, the authorities of the White City, and representative of the districts. During the meeting, a lot of discussion and exchange of opinions, comment, observation, and suggestion were held by the participants. And now in Obok Regional Council organized the second annual sport edition titled this year the sport complex of Obok region hosted the official launch of this second annual sport edition. The ceremony, which was held under the high patronage of the Secretary of State for Sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, began by receiving the guests participating in this tournament. The governor of Tajura, Mr. Hassan Dabili, participated in this, and the regional council and the president of the regional council were also present. The Secretary General of the Department of Social Service, Ms. Khadija Ibrahim Idris, and the Deputy Director of Honors were also present. For his part, as for the number one from the community, he recalled the history of the North Derby. He wished to thank in the first place the Secretary of State for Sport, the authorities of this Tajora region, the 200 management, the owners of, and also the IOM who participate in this tournament. The president, the prefect also thanked the Obor region, and he recalled this tournament were also present with the IOM representative. And now, moving on to the under the patronage of the mayor of Djibouti City, the International Federation of French Municipality, in cooperation with the National Association of Djiboutian Local Communities and from the European Union, inaugurate a multi-sport stadium for the municipality of Belbela and Hayable neighborhood. The multi-sport development project contribute to effort and combat youth delinquency and reported them. Thanks to these multi-sport projects, sport will improve among young people. These playgrounds are a sport complex that include multiple playgrounds, which are footballs, handballs, volleyballs, basketballs, and a court of painting. The ceremony was held in the presence of the mayor of Belbela, Mr. Idris Bashir, and its closest collaborators. And now moving on to international scenes about COVID-19 contamination record in Europe, Omicron is progressing at a high speed. Over 90,000 new cases of COVID-19 in France and 120,000 in the United Kingdom. As the Omicron variant spreads, several countries record contamination record, and France are also recording this Thursday a daily record on the new COVID-19 contamination. More than 90,000 in the space of 24 hours. The United Kingdom also recorded a new contamination with nearly 120,000 new cases were recorded in 24 hours. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.